Ravens had the advantage of 2 weeks rest. They also had the advantage of looking at the Patriots-Titans wildcard game to see what was the strategy or way the Patriots used to defend Henry, which failed, and use a different strategy since that one failed. And they also had the advantage of home field advantage. And Ravens are a team that outscored teams in the first quarter greatly by a high amount, one main reason why they ended up winning 14 of 16 games in the regular season, which is the NFL's best. They finished with the best record in the NFL regular season with an impressive 14-2 record. All reasons why I predicted the Ravens to demolish the Titans, winning easily 45-14 in a game that didn't predict to be dramatic at all. The Ravens to have a great first, including I was expecting the Ravens to outscore the Titans in the first quarter. An offense to continue to play great and score a high amount of points, and continue to score a high amount of points also second quarter, third quarter, and if they needed it fourth quarter also, and to win 45-14. And was highly satisfied that the Titans ended up proving me greatly wrong, because the Titans ended up winning a game that they made a joke, 28-12 in Baltimore. The 6th seed Titans end up beating the number 1 seed Ravens in Baltimore 28-12. Well, wouldn't have been unexpected if the Titans had won. I wasn't expecting them to win and dominate 28-12 in Baltimore, which did happen. Start with the first quarter, the Titans did make more. They ended up making more great plays than the Ravens, both for offense and for defense. Start with the first quarter, Ravens, they're moving the football successfully, except there is a huge mistake. Andrews ends up tipping his tight end. Andrews ends up tipping the football. Byard is in the right spot at the right time. He ends up intercepting the football, returns it a long distance right at midfield, and then even worse for the Ravens, there's some penalty on Jackson, so they get it past midfield. If that turnover doesn't happen, then more than likely, I was expecting the Ravens to score a touchdown, so I was really amazed when that interception happened, and the Titans that changed momentum, and that's the main reason why the momentum changed, and it made it highly challenging for the Ravens to win this game, because if that turnover doesn't happen, more than likely they score a touchdown. They score the first points of this game. They score first in this game, more than likely a touchdown, and Titans are going to have to come back in this game. And Ravens offense most likely has confidence and momentum, because they are the team that scored the first touchdown of the game. Instead, the Titans end up greatly changing momentum. This is a main reason why the Titans won this game. Another is they end up taking advantage with that turnover. They moved the football, and Tannehill, he was able to throw on third and goal. Tannehill throws a pass to Smith, and Jonnu Smith, he's able to control the football. He's able to catch the football. He's able to get both feet down, and he's able to rein in the far corner of the end zone. He's able to catch the football, so that pass is caught for a touchdown. So I was really amazed when I saw that play. That was a great pass by Tannehill. That was a great catch by Jonnu Smith, along with controlling the football and getting both feet down in the far corner of the end zone. So the Titans end up scoring first. They score first in this game with a touchdown in the first quarter, taking advantage of that turnover. And then Ravens are moving the football, except then Titans are able to get a stop on third and 5, except the Ravens get really close to a first down, which is why starting in the second quarter, 4th and 1, the Ravens don't punt the football. They go for it on 4th and 1, except there's the issue of Titans defense is able to stop Jackson, because Lamar Jackson is not able to fit between the center and the guard to get past to reach the football over the line to get a first down. So the Titans defense, again, they needed to make another great play by another effective play by the Titans defense. End up getting the stop when they needed it. This time without a turnover, and Titans end up moving the football, and the Titans end up taking advantage with a turnover on downs because the Titans are at midfield. I really was not expecting Tannehill go for the home run pass on the first play, except that's what he did. He ended up throwing a long pass and threw it successfully to Raymond. Raymond ends up catching the football in the end zone for a touchdown, and it was a great pass by Tannehill. It was a great throw by Tannehill, a great catch by Raymond. He ends up timing the jump or dive ends up timing the jump perfectly, and along with catching the football in the end zone for a touchdown. So it was a great play by Tannehill, and including a great catch by Raymond in the end zone for a touchdown, which makes the score 14-zip. So again, the Titans vastly took advantage of the turnover downs at midfield. Again, Ravens have a drive. They're not able to move the football. Titans defense effectively defends. Then on third and on a different drive in the second quarter, the Ravens are able to move the football. They're moving the football, and they get in the scoring area past midfield. So they're able. So it really looks like, again, that they're going to be able to maybe score a touchdown, except they can't because on 3rd and 12, after Jackson throws the football to Snead drops the football and is also hit by Woodyard. So most likely that ball would have been knocked out even if Snead had caught the football. And so the Ravens have to settle for a field goal. They're able to get on the board in the second quarter with a field goal. So now it's 14-3. Titans are able to move the football, and impressively, Henry, he has a long run. He runs for a first down and ends up using a stiff arm twice on Earl Thomas. I was really amazed when I see that play, mainly because it's not a dime a dozen. You have a running back running for a first down and then using a stiff arm twice on the same defender. So that was a great play by Henry, and Titans not able to get any points out of drive. They punt it, except then Ravens again on what's going to be the last possession of the first half. Jackson ends up getting sacked after the 2-minute warning by Correra. So another great play by the Titans defense. Then on the same drive, Ravens are able to move the football, but again, Jackson, he gets sacked by Casey. Again, this is the same drive. So Titans defense continues to rock and roll, since they had both of those sacks happen on the same drive, and then Lamar Jackson, he's able to make a great long pass, throws it to Brown. Brown catches a long pass, and Titans defender Hooker, he's able to knock him down, which is a great needed play by the Titans defense, because if Hooker doesn't make that play, then more than likely Brown is going to be able to run into the end zone for a touchdown. So another great play by the Titans defense that end up preventing what would have been more than likely a touchdown. Then again, Ravens have a chance to score a touchdown, except the issue of Jackson, he's chased by the Titans defense, and so he throws the football away, and again, the Ravens have to settle for a field goal. So it is a shocking score, 14-6 at halftime. Wasn't expecting that at all. I doubt anybody was really expecting that score at all at halftime, with the Titans leading 14-6. Start the third quarter. Jackson, he has his best run in third and on 2nd and 17 in the early third quarter. He runs a long distance, and he's stopped by Ryan because he's able to make contact with him, and Jackson, as a result, falls down. If that doesn't happen, more than likely, this was of all Jackson's runs in this game, this was the run where he was most like, this was the only run he had in this game. It wasn't just long, but this was his best chance to run for a touchdown, and he wasn't able to do that. So again, Titans defense gets a needed great play to prevent more than likely what would have been a player running into the end zone for a touchdown. And then on the same drive, the Titans are able to stop. On the same drive, the Titans are able to stop on 3rd and 2. And the Ravens are still able to move the football, except then Titans are able to get a stop on 3rd and 2, and then 4th and inches. Again, it's going to be Jackson. He's going to have to run for a first down, except this time he starts running to the right, and then he decides to change directions, which is exactly what the Titans defense takes advantage. They're able to run toward him and tackle him. So again, the Titans get a stop on 4th down, with Jackson unable to run for a first down. So again, that's another waste of a drive by the Ravens. And then Titans on their possession, there's Henry. He ends up running. This was Henry's longest. Titans have their possession, and in the third quarter, and this was Henry. He ends up running all the way to the 10-yard line, and this was after there was early on this run, almost 3rd and 1. There was contact made on Henry, and he's still able to run forward for a first down and run a long distance. And this was his longest. If I recall, this was his longest run of the game, 66 yards. And I really thought he was going to run into the end zone for a touchdown, except the Ravens defense was able to get a needed tackle. So I was really amazed when I saw this, mainly because he continued to run even after contact, and he ran a long distance, 66 yards, and it really looked like he was going to run into the end zone for a touchdown. Then on the same drive, Henry, he ends up using a Tebow pass to Davis, ends up throwing a Tebow style throw to Davis for a touchdown, which makes the score 21-6. Could have threw to Mariota. He was right open on the right, except I guess Henry just wanted to show that he can throw the Tebow style pass, which he did successfully, thrown for a touchdown. And then Ravens they're not able to. There is a Titans defense Casey ends up creating a fumble, and then Simmons, he's able to recover it, and the Titans have great field position. Titans able to move the football, including Tannehill throws to Brown. He's able to move on 3rd and 6, and Brown is able to move. After catching the football, is able to move forward for a first down. And then on 3rd and goal, Tannehill looks like he's going to maybe use a option pitch to Henry. Instead, he just uses a fake of that and continues to run forward to the right side, is able to run into the end zone for a touchdown, which makes the score 28-6. So again, Titans, they've had 2 turnovers in this game, and they've taken advantage, both of those turnovers with great field position, by scoring 14 points off of those 2 turnovers. Then third quarter, again, Ravens are able to move the football, except again, this is going to be another wasted drive because Jackson, I could see who he was intending to throw the pass for, but he throws it exactly right to Vaccaro, and Vaccaro easily catches the pass for a interception, and that's a waste of a drive for Ravens after getting past midfield. Another waste of a drive for the Ravens. They get no points, mainly because they turned the foot, because another INT thrown by, because another turnover, which is an interception, which is entirely on Jackson. The first one where there's a tip by Andrews, you could hang that on Andrews, because there was no reason for him not to actually put both hands. It was more on Andrews because he's the one that tipped it up. But this time Jackson threw it right to Vaccaro, so this one was entirely on Jackson. While the first interception, which was a tipped football by Andrew, which was a thrown pass, and Andrews ended up tipping it, Byard ended up intercepting the football. That one you can hang on more on Andrews because he ended up tipping the football, making it really easy for Byard to catch the tipped football. Then after that, Titans able to move the football, including Henry. Henry runs more than 21 yards to the left for a first down. Again, Titans continue to be able to move the football with Henry. Then there's the fourth quarter. Ravens are able to move the football early fourth quarter, including Jackson runs a far distance, runs a far distance for a first down on 3rd and 2. Then Jackson throws a TD, a touchdown, throws a pass into the end zone for a touchdown, which was the only Ravens touchdown of this game. Happened in the fourth quarter. They're not able to they go for a 2-point conversion, which is unsuccessful. And then again on 1st and 15, the Ravens are able to move the football late fourth quarter. Jackson ends up running a far distance on 1st and 15 on a drive. And except again, it's going to be 4th and 5. Ravens unable to get a first down because the pass is broken up by Cruikshank, and Titans able to take the knees, and they end up winning 28-12. So the Titans end up making more great plays than the Ravens in this game, which includes they won the turnover battle. They took advantage of those 2 turnovers by scoring 14 points off those 2 turnovers. The Titans offense scored more touchdowns than the Ravens. They end up outscoring them in both the first quarter and the second quarter. The first half and the second half. Titans defense was playing rock and roll, played great in both the first half and the second half, because first half, Ravens held to 2 field, because in the first half, Ravens are held to 2 field goals. Second half, Ravens held to, again, 1 touchdown. Ravens, great offense, great high-scoring offense, scored a measly 6 points in the first half, 6 points in the second half, because the Titans defense ended up playing great. And also, Titans defense, when they had to make great plays, they did, which were preventing Ravens touchdowns, and also wasn't just preventing Ravens plays that more than likely would have been touchdowns for the Ravens, but also drives where they were moving the football and got wasted because of turnovers. So Titans outplayed the Ravens for both offense, defense. And even though Jackson, he ended up having a successful game running, he only had one long run where he was most likely was going to run for a touchdown. And he was the Ravens' top rusher, so it's really, really tough. It's really tough for a football team to win if their top rusher is going to be the quarterback and they're not able to run the football successfully with 2 running backs, along with the fact that they only score 1 touchdown for the whole game, while the other team outscores 4 touchdowns for the whole game. It's really hard to win a football game when one team is scoring only 1 touchdown for the entire game and the other team scores 4 touchdowns for the entire game. So the Titans ended up outplaying them, scoring more touchdowns than them. The Titans defense made more great plays, both offense and defense. They ended up containing the Ravens to a measly 12 points, held to 6 points for both in the first half and the second half. And Tannehill was he ended up having a great game because he ended up throwing for 2 touchdowns. He ended up running for 1 touchdown. He had no turnovers, no fumble or interceptions thrown. And also for the fact that the Titans, again, they were able to run the football successfully, because Henry, he ran for 195 yards, so close to 200 yards, and his longest run was 66 yards, and he also threw a pass for a touchdown. So you also end up having another great game, and this was the first time that the Titans this is the first time a running back there's some statistic about this is the first time a running back in 3 consecutive games has ran for more than 100 first time in 3 consecutive games that an NFL running back has ran for more than 160 yards, which Henry did with the Texans, Patriots, and the Ravens. So I was really, really amazed with that. And Titans have achieved great. Vrabel wanted to achieve greatness with the Titans. Vrabel in the second year wanted to make the Titans great or achieve greatness with the Titans in his second season, and he accomplished that because with this win, the Titans ended up winning 28-12. The 6th seed Titans beating the number 1 seed Ravens in the divisional round or the second round of the NFL playoffs, 28-12 in Baltimore, and advanced to the AFC Championship game. So this is a win that I'm always of all the wins the Titans have ever had versus the Ravens, mainly as the team the Titans. This is the one I'm going to remember the most because they are a 6th seed. They go into Baltimore. They end up beating the Lamar Jackson Ravens 28-12. If you told me the Titans would have beaten the Ravens and told me Ravens would have scored more than like 17 points and more than 1 touchdown, I would have found that believable. But if you would have told me Titans are going to defeat the Ravens and the Ravens are going, Lamar Jackson Ravens are going to be held to 1 touchdown, I would have found that really, really hard to believe, and that's what happened because the Titans ended up winning 28-12.